everyone. Good to see you all. And we'll start out with any amendments to the agenda. Do we have any suggestions to amend the agenda? If not, do we need to vote to accept the agenda? I don't think so. And you should all have in your packet the minutes from the May 17th meeting. And hopefully you've all had a chance to look over those. I believe all of us were present at that meeting. Is there a motion to accept the minutes from the May meeting?
So moved.
Nat?
I'll second.
Second, Dennis? All in favor of accepting the minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And let's move on to the next item, which is citizens to be heard. And I see we have none today, and there are none joining us virtually either. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So the next item is to review and recommend the art proposal, the sculpture at Davey Memorial Park. And there is some information, quite a bit of information in the packet regarding the process that we've been using, the art review process, and some details on the proposal, the budget, the artists, and the next steps. Is there somebody who would like to share a little more information about this?
That could
Kim?
be me.
Okay.
Yep. So as you're aware, we issued the call for art and opened it up to our community, and we had 4 submittals that were provided. And shortly after the submittals were received, the art review team, which comprised of the members that you had nominated, and we also added a few extra folks. We invited a park board member to join the art review team since it is in a park. And we also added, and although they weren't always able to attend, a representative from Eventide and the event center right nearby, so we could have some local context to help during that decision-making process. So they reviewed all 4 processes, and I don't know if any of the members who participated with the art review team would like to share comments after this introduction, but you would be welcome to. But we discussed all of them and their how they would fit with what we had laid out for a vision for this particular call for art, and how they would fit with our community and in the park. And so this proposal from Katie Miller and Emily Williams Wheeler was the one that was selected from the committee. And I guess, I don't know, do any of you like to share any comments of that process, or why this one stood out for you, or? No?
Anybody? And you feel comfortable recommending it even if there had been more proposals? I mean, you feel comfortable with this particular project? This is definitely rose to the top. Okay.
So as they went through this one, we finally went through, and it is a little bit over our budget. That would be probably the one challenge left for this particular one. And so when I brought it back to my supervisors, they seemed fairly confident that we might be able to find some grant dollars and or some supporting budget dollars from other departments. it was brought to my attention that there's some grants for some local organizations that this might fit with, or there might be some placemaking funds that we can do. So as this project goes on, we're hoping to still submit it to the City Council for their consideration and support. And our backup plan would be either to do find the funds or maybe a phased approach, install what we can finance right now, and then maybe in future years we could use future our public art dollars that we get each year. If that would be available, we could look into doing that. So we're hoping that we'll be able to, get that approval from council and then move forward with being able to seek some grant funding.
And then, yeah, that was, I guess, just the one question that I had about it as well is, can we go ahead and recommend it for approval, even though the budget does not line up there?
I think yes, because
Okay.
we're confident that these other funding sources will make us whole, that we can look for and make those things. But we also want some confidence before we seek those grant dollars that our city council does approve of this project, that it does fit our community, and that we would encourage this to actually be installed. So we kind of need that approval before we can go other places. We would need council's permission to seek grant funding.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I like the idea of the, the phased approach too, if necessary, so that it wouldn't be, well, we're a few dollars short here, so the whole thing is called off. I mean, that they would be willing to do a phased approach to it.
Right.
Any other comments or questions about this one? Not, is there a motion to approve this project and move it on to the next step in the process? So move, Allison. Is there a second? Second, Larry. All in favor of the proposal as presented, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And the motion is passed. Excellent. Well, thank you for your work on that committee, the three of you that were on there, Jonathan and Allison and Larry. I know that it takes a little time to do that, but it is an interesting process, and I think it's kind of fun to get to see what other folks are proposing and dreaming up and creating. All right. Moving on to the next item on the agenda. We're just zipping through this agenda here today. Member reports and updates. Anybody have any of those as we are in the middle of the summer here?
Well, I mentioned last time that Post-Traumatic Funk Syndrome is playing a concert this Thursday at TAC, the TAC Music Center on Highway 10, and just an update, it's a tribute to 3 horn bands, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Chicago. So certainly anyone who's interested should feel free to come out. The concert starts at 8.
Okay. Anything else going on in the community?
Well, we just opened the 62nd Midwestern Exhibition over at the Rourke. It's all work attached to the theme of the autobiographical impulse, and we had some very interesting and some strange entries that are well worth a look, so folks can stop by the museum and enjoy that through Labor Day weekend. We've also, for the past few weeks now, we've been in partnership with the Moorhead Public Library, and they've been presenting their story time for kids outdoors in our sculpture court. So they're doing that most Tuesday evenings, not tomorrow night, but most Tuesday evenings this summer at 6:30 in our courtyard, and every Thursday morning at 10:30. And each week they do a slightly different themed book. So families looking to do something with the little ones can stop on by and enjoy some art while they're at it.
All right. Excellent. Anybody else? This is kind of the quiet time of the summer, I know. All right, next month, our meeting is canceled. The July 19th meeting is canceled. And we suggest that you participate in the City of Moorhead Comprehensive Plan Onward Moorhead public outreach in lieu of the hour that you would spend at a meeting, or the 11 minutes that you would spend at a meeting. So that's an important process that's going on. Any more information about that, Kim?
I believe it'll be at this same venue, so at the Umcum Center, and I will forward you more details as they become available.
Okay, great. Well, then, if there's no other business, we'll adjourn this meeting at 4:41. We'll see you in August.